Christianity, your Christianity today, the original Christianity, the Nazarene, the Ebionites, the first century was not popular at all. Maybe in the thousands, but when obviously Constantine took over, and then they had the
Did you
Nicene
hear
Creed after that.
Sheikh Logic? Sheikh Logic, did you hear the Ebionites are the original Christians?
I didn't say they're the original Christians. I'm saying they lived during the first century. I don't know about the original, but they were one of the prominent Judeo-Christian sect in the first century. But your view of Christianity came 300 A.D. This very specific Nicene Trinity, the Father, the Son, co-equal, co-eternal. This very specific creed that you guys follow today. After that, Constantine killed everyone off. So how do we know what they followed pre-300?
Brother, you still failed. Just a second, brother. You still failed to answer the three disasters that your Allah made for everyone. Again,
Allah just means God. It's Allah in general.
Listen,
go ahead.
You have to agree with me that Allah deceived. He tried to deceive the enemies of Christ. Your Christ, not your Christ. So
basically, he tripped everybody.
Yeah, he tripped everybody. That's number one. Allowing an innocent man to die on the cross, according to your scholars. Another person was put on the cross instead of Isa to save Isa from dying, and Allah then took him up, and he's now with him, according to chapter 3, ayah 55. Then we have also the last but not least, while doing all of that, he allowed Christianity to prosper, and it became the biggest religion on this planet until today. And even if you read chapter 3, ayah 55, it becomes even more horrible, because it says, until judgment day, the Hawariyin, the helpers of Jesus, the disciples of Jesus, the followers of Jesus, will be the upper hand until judgment day. So we have a problem.
Exactly. And not only that, if we actually go further with what the brother actually mentioned, 355, if we go even to Tafsir of Ibn Kathir, we can see that it's clear as a daylight. Even the Mufassirin said, according to Ibn Kathir, says that Jesus had an actual death, and his death, he died for 3 days and resurrected, and Allah left him up.
It's not only that. If you allow me to take the screen for a second, if I can share my screen, brother, godlogic.
Yeah, you can. Whenever I see it.
Yeah. All right. How do I do that? How can I share my screen again?
Push present. It should be a present.
Yes, I see it. Okay. Share screen. Okay. Share screen.
Make sure you guys are hitting the like button too, by the way, guys. This is a good one. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. I'm looking here. We got 1,200 people watching. Barely 300 likes. Let's get the likes up. There should be 1,000 likes right now, man. Let's get the likes up. Come on. Unless you secretly kiss a black stone.
So, for example, guys, let me make the screen bigger. Look, pay attention, Omar, and also Bashir. Look, if we go to chapter 46, ayah 35, it's talking about the messengers of Allah, the prophets of Allah, right? If we go to the tafsir of this ayah, and specifically tafsir of Al-Qurtubi, look, tafsir Al-Qurtubi. This is the government website of Saudi Arabia, right? The government website of Saudi Arabia, tafsir Al-Qurtubi, okay? For the same ayah, same chapter, so chapter 46, ayah 35, Surah Al-Ahqaf 35, we see a very, very interesting point. Talking about this messenger, it says, وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ صُلِبَ عَلَى الْخَشَبِ حَتَّى مَاتٍ. If we copy this part that you see on the screen, this highlighted part, and we put it in Google Translate for you to give you an idea, because I think you don't speak Arabic, look what it says. Some of them, meaning the messengers of Allah, some of the prophets of Allah, were crucified or nude until they died.
Wow.
Can you tell me who these prophets are?
Can you name some?
Which prophet of Allah was crucified? Name me one. And died on the cross. Which one was that?
I mean, you believe that Isa alayhi salam, Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, died on the cross. But like,
well, that's what Tafsir Al-Qurtubi says for this chapter, this ayah. Some of them were crucified, so some of the messengers of Allah were crucified on wood until they died. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ صُلِبَ عَلَى الْخَشَبِ حَتَّى مَاتَ.
So, like,
What are we going to do with this tafsir?
Can you name some prophets that like died on the?
I'm asking you. You should not ask me. I'm the Christian. I know who that messenger is. We know the answer. I want you to answer, my Muslim friends. Who is this prophet? Name me one prophet in the history of all prophets who came from God. Which one died on the cross? Which prophet was crucified and died on the cross? Answer me. Please.
None of them.
So Al-Qurtubi is giving false tafsir for the ayah? Is that what you're saying?
Some of them were crucified on wood until they died.
I'll make it even more better for you. If we go to Sahih al-Bukhari, it will become even more interesting. But keep that in your thought. Bukhari 69:29. Read with me. Narrated Abdullah. As if I'm looking at the Prophet while he was speaking. So Muhammad, this is Muhammad, your Prophet. So Muhammad was talking about one of the prophets of Allah whose people have beaten and wounded him. Pay attention. Prophet, there was a prophet who got beaten and wounded by his own nation, and he was wiping the blood of his face and saying, "Oh Lord, forgive my people as they do not know." Who could that be?
I think it's Muhammad. Cause like his family were yeah. No, Muhammad.
It says
Muhammad is talking about another prophet.
Yeah, Muhammad's talking about somebody else.
Literally, it says, as if I'm looking at the prophet. So Abdullah is looking at his prophet Muhammad. And Muhammad was talking about one of the prophets. So he's talking about other prophets whose people have beaten and wounded him. And he was wiping the blood of his face and saying, "Oh Lord, forgive my people as they do not know." This is not talking about your prophet, because your prophet is telling a story about different prophets. So if we combine this hadith, 1 + 1, this hadith in Bukhari, and the tafsir of Al-Qurtubi, where it says that some of the prophets were crucified on wood until they died, who could that prophet be?
Isa, Jesus.
Jesus, thank you.
Multiple prophets, right?
Crucified. That sound like yeah.
If this is some, it would mean multiple prophets, right?
So which prophet was it? Bashir, thank you for your honesty. This is Jesus. So you see, and if this is not enough.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, just a second, brother.
I have a question. Why?
Just a second. Okay. So if we go to Ibn Kathir to combine three, the Trinity. If we go to Ibn Kathir for chapter 3, ayah 55, look what Ibn Kathir says. Look what Ibn Kathir says. Look. وقال علي بن أبي طلحة عن ابن عباس إني متوفيك, in chapter 3 ayah 55, I am causing you to die, أي مميتك, causing you to die. And we go down, look what it says. Look what it says. وقال إسحاق بن بشر عن إدريس عن وهب. So after the from, Allah caused Isa to die for 3 days. Allah caused Isa to die for 3 days. Then he resurrected him. Then he took him up to himself. Look, let me copy this part. This is Ibn Kathir explaining actually that Jesus did die.
Is this authentic? Sahih.
Look, it's Ibn Kathir. Is Ibn Kathir good enough? Look, read with me. Here's the English translation of the part. This is Ibn Kathir. Ishaq bin Bishr said on the authority of Idris, on the authority of Wahab, Allah caused Isa, him, meaning referring to Isa, him to die for 3 days, then resurrected him, then raised him up to himself.
So are you asking me, who does that sound like?
Oh, no, not that. We know who it is, because if we go to the ayah, it's talking about Isa. Look. Let me go to the ayah so you can see it with your own eyes. This is the tafsir for the following chapter, chapter 3. Let me choose the correct translation. Chapter 3, ayah 55, Surah Ali Imran. I want you to read it this time, brother. Read it what it says on the screen.
Recall what time Allah said, "O Isa, verily I shall make thee die, and
Wait, what? She'll make thee what?
thee die,
There you go.
and am lifting these to myself, and am purifying thee from who disbelieve, and shall place those who follow thee above those who disbelieve until the day of resurrection. Thereafter unto me shall be the return of you all. Then I shall judge between you of that wherein ye were wont to differ."
So wait, Allah did what? Allah made Isa die. So this is immediately after when Allah is doing the deception. وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. They deceived and Allah is the best of deceivers. So he tried to out-deceive the Jews. In context, this is the Jews. So Allah did what? What Allah is saying, you Jews did not do it. I made Isa die. I shall make thee die. And I'm lifting thee to myself. So we have two things here. Allah caused Jesus to die on the cross, and he took him up to himself outside of creation. Because it says, I took thee to myself. Where's Allah? Outside of creation, right? What are we going to do now?
I'm lifting thee to myself.
Yeah. So if we go back to Ibn Kathir, agreeing that Allah caused him to die for 3 days, which agrees with the Bible, with the New Testament, then resurrected him, then raised him up. What are we going to do? You Muslims have always tried to convince us that it never happened. So Sheikh Logic, what are we going to do with all of these stories that we can find in the Islamic books?
I mean, the only thing we can do, man, is say Subhan Yeshua, man, for saving us.
Subhan Yeshua.
So I still didn't get the answer. Some of them were crucified on wood until they died. I want, Bashir, you were honest moments ago, but I want the others to be honest as well. Which prophet was crucified on the cross in the history of all prophets and died from the crucifixion?
Jesus.
Thank you very much.
That's right, Bashir.
Beautiful.
But who documented it?
Just to add up to my brother Rob Christian was saying as well. If we go to Tafsir Ibn Atiyya, Al-Muharrar al-Wajiz fi Tafsir al-Kitab al-Aziz from Ibn Atiyya, he's given a tafsir from Surah 3, Ayah 55. Same thing. The qawl of Ibn Abbas, the cousin of the Prophet, the first cousin of the Prophet, what did he say? He says, فَقَوْلْ Ibn Abbas رضي الله عنه وَهِيَ وَفَاتُ مَوْتْ لَابُدْ أَنْ يُتَمَّمْ. Yani, it's a death that needs to be completed. Ibn Abbas himself is literally demonstrating that to us, and he's telling us that the death that needs to be completed. That means he had already an actual death. So what do we do with that as well?
This is interesting. So this is where we're at, guys. Because I want to hear the other Muslims too, if they can be as honest as Bashir.
Yeah.
Which prophet
Bashir is agreeing with Christianity, right, brother?
Bashir is agreeing with Christianity and what we find in the New Testament and the church fathers and all that. All 2,000 years of history saying the same thing. So I want the Muslims to be able to answer this. The prophets that were crucified, who was that? Because Qurtubi says that. So any Muslim that's on the panel can give this answer.
So in the Quran they talk about a lot of prophets, right? They talk that they said to have been.
Your voice is low, brother. Your voice is low.
Maybe better now?
You think so, yeah.
Hi guys, can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Actually, I just want to ask brother godlogic.
Wait, did you interrupt your brother moments ago? I think someone was talking and then he got interrupted. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so the question is, according to Qurtubi, he mentions how there are prophets that were crucified. Yep. The question is, which prophet was crucified?
So, according to Quran, yeah, there was a lot of prophets, right? I think Quran mentioned some.
Name us one. Which prophet was crucified on wood until he died? Well, we find the answer. We find the answer in the Quran, and we find the answer in Ibn Kathir, and we find the answer in Qurtubi. But I want you Muslims to be honest. Else you have to say that the scholars don't know what they're talking about. That we are talking about classical scholars and Allah Himself in His Quran saying that Allah caused him to die and lifted him to Himself in chapter 3, ayah 55.
I don't agree with the interpretation of the verse that you showed earlier.
So you know better than Ibn Kathir and Al-Qurtubi, okay?
I mean, I don't know what this guy you're talking about, but that's not what I understand from reading this verse.
My friend, your Allah says He caused Isa to die. He caused Isa to die, and then He lifted him to Himself. So did Jesus die according to Allah?
So you're talking about
Quran.
Surah 3, verse 55, right?
Yes. إِذْ قَالَ اللَّهُ يَا عِيسَى إِنِّي مُتَوَفِّيكَ وَرَافِعُكَ إِلَيَّ. I am causing you, O Isa, to die. The word is die, and I'm lifting thee to myself.
So, in the translation I'm reading, it is saying, remember when Allah said, "Oh Jesus,
You have a bad. I can't hear you, man.
Wait a second.
Yeah, fix your. Is it just me, godlogic, or
no? It's. I hear it too. It's a lot of fidgeting, a lot of movement. It's slow.
Better now?
Are you jogging, brother? Are you outside jogging or something?
Not even. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, go ahead. So just don't move as much.
Okay. So in the translation I'm reading, it is saying, remember when Allah said, "Oh Jesus, I will take you and raise you up to myself. I will deliver you from those who disbelieve." Then, okay.
You know why? Because it says "Inni mutawaffika." What is the root word of mutawaffika, brother? What is the root? Waw fa ya, which means death. And even Ibn Abbas, look, don't tell me you know better than Ibn Abbas, because Ibn Abbas, the cousin of your prophet, said in the ayah, the explanation of the ayah in Ibn Kathir, ayah 55, it says, وقال علي بن أبي طلحة عن ابن عباس. So Talha, Ali ibn Abi Talha from Ibn Abbas. So Ibn Abbas explains the ayah, إني متوفيك, in chapter 3, ayah 55. This part here, إني متوفيك, I am causing you to die. Look what Ibn Abbas said. Ibn Abbas said, if I copy this part, look all the way down. Look what he said, how he explains it, okay? Look how he said what he said. Because clearly you don't speak Arabic. So on the authority of Ibn Abbas, I will cause you to die, meaning your death. An Ibn Abbas, inni mutawfika, meaning mumituka. The word maut, ask any Arabic speaker, any Urdu, even in Urdu, they will agree that the word maut, mumituka, means death. So Ibn Abbas explains that the word mutawaffika in the ayah, in chapter 3, ayah 55, it means causing you to die. So you know better than Habrul Ummah or Hibrul Ummah?
Boom, boom.
Do you know better than Ibn Abbas?
You're throwing me a lot of names I really don't know about, so I cannot.
Brother, Ibn Abbas, the cousin of your prophet, when your prophet prayed to Allah, there's an authentic hadith where your prophet prayed to Allah and he begged Allah to make Ibn Abbas the number one authority regarding the explanation for the Quran. So when Ibn Abbas speaks to the Ummah and he explains the Quran, you have to obey him.
Boom,
Did you
boom.
catch it?
I'm not familiar with this.
Maybe we can take someone else who is familiar.
I want to comment on it.
What you doing here, then, man?
I mean, really, it's either I say you're throwing a lot of references that I don't know, so I cannot comment on this.
But these are your books, brother. You cannot deny them. This is Ibn Kathir. This is Al-Qurtubi. This is Allah Himself
I mean,
this is Allah Himself
the book of
saying
reference
it.
is the Quran. So I was thinking.
So you're Quran only, brother? Are you Quran only, or are you Sunni Muslim?
I'm Sunni, but the reference you're talking about, I'm not familiar with those.
Well, then maybe it's time to do some investigation, brother. You know, I'm saying this out of respect. Do some investigation. And when you did some investigation, come back, because I can show this also from Bukhari. Don't tell me you don't know Bukhari. Have you ever heard of Bukhari?
Yes, I've heard the name, yes.
Look in Bukhari, we can find the same. Look, do you see on the screen, Bukhari?
You're not sharing the screen.
Okay. I have here the PDF version of Bukhari, Sahih Bukhari. Look, Sahih al-Bukhari on top. You see it? Same quotation of Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas in Bukhari said on page 1410, 1410. If you download the entire volume, it says the same. Waqala Ibn Abbas.
But I don't know.
Just a second, brother. Just a second. Same what we can find in Ibn Kathir. It's in Sahih Bukhari. Waqala Ibn Abbas. Mutawaffika ay mumituka. Ibn Abbas said, cause you to die. That the word mutawaffika means maut. Maut means death.
Death. Yep.
Look, I'm not disagreeing with the meaning of the word. I'm disagreeing with the interpretation of the verse.
Well, if the word says death, it says that Jesus died, bro.
Come on, man.
It says that Allah caused Jesus to die. How do you get around that?
So again, the verse that I'm reading, and I will quote it again. And I believe even your translation. I mean, it's not your translation.
This isn't a translation. He's dealing with the Arabic directly. It's not about
Bukhari, brother.
Bukhari is quoting Ibn Abbas.
As you said, I don't speak Arabic that well, so I have to go with some translations.
Let me show you the online version so you can see it with your own eyes. Okay, if we go to the online version of Bukhari, look. If I copy this part, look, so that you can see that it's also on Sunnah.com.
So, I mean, you can
just a second, brother. Just a second.
You can stay
just
on
a second.
translation.
Can you do me a favor? Just a second. I will show you even from the online version of Ibn Kathir. Of Bukhari. Look, right on top of Hadith Bukhari 4623, Sunnah.com, as you see, we can find the same quotation of Ibn Abbas. وَقَالَ Ibn Abbas متوفيك in chapter 3, ayah 55, means mumituka, maut. Maut means death. Look, copy.
Wait, that's even on Sahih Bukhari's hadith? It's on top of it like that?
Yes, on top of the hadith.
Yeah.
You ain't never told me this, Rob.
I know. I kept it a secret.
Rob, I feel robbed, Rob.
Hello?
Brother, I don't like spoilers. You know me.
Rob,
this is why I said to you, I love this topic, bro.
You capper-roon, bro.
Bro,
wow.
If you type in, let me tell you, let me post it actually in the chat on StreamYard, so you can get it in the. So if you do sunnah.com/Bukhari/65, which means chapter 65, the book of commentary, literally, if you scroll on the page right on top, hadith number 4623, right on top of it, it says Waqala Ibn Abbas Mutawaffika, the chapter 3, ayah 55, means mumituka. Literally right on top of it. But you have to open the entire chapter.
Wow.
You see it? And here, of course, also in the physical book, we have the PDF also agreeing.
What a gem.
Yep.
What a gem, man.
I mean, maybe Bukhari is daif. I don't know.
Maybe it's daif, man. Maybe Bukhari.
But do you know what it is, though, Rob? And regarding Al-Qurtubi, the book of interpretation of Al-Qurtubi, when he actually interpreted, from Surah 3, Ali Imran 55, look what Al-Hasan even said. Al-Hasan said, the people of the determination are four. Who are the four? Watch. Abraham, Moses, David, and Jesus.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Did Abraham get crucified, guys? No.
I don't think so.
Did Moses get crucified?
I
No.
don't think so.
Did David get crucified?
No.
No.
Did Jesus get crucified?
Yes.
That's according
There
to
we go.
Wow.
So
There we
that's what it says. Literally any book that we are pulling on the screen literally agrees. So, Muhammad is talking about prophets who were beaten and wounded, and one of them was wiping the blood of his face and saying, "Oh, this is literally from the Bible, by the way."
Answer that
Bukhari
point that the one who's
literally
bleeding on
picking
face.
it from the Bible. This is
Hi,
literally from
guys.
the Bible.
Hello.
Can I respond to that?
Any of you can, man. Just give us
Yes,
something.
go for it,
But-
bro.
Hello.
I'd like to.
Everybody hear me?
Yep.
Just a
Go
second.
ahead,
Someone
brother.
wants
One
to talk.
second.
You can't not talk
Hi.
all the time. Yeah.
Hello.
I guess go ahead, brother.
Yeah, actually, in the last one that you give from the what you call this one, the one who got beaten and with the blood on his face, is this referring to Jesus?
Well, it says that's we have tafsir for chapter 46. Just a second, brother. I'm not trying to answer your question. Chapter 46, ayah 35. We go to the tafsir of Al-Qurtubi. This is tafsir Al-Qurtubi on the screen. If we copy this part, it says, some of them, meaning referring to the messengers of Allah, some of them were crucified on wood until they died. And the brother mentioned four most important prophets of Allah. We mentioned that Abraham was not crucified. David was not crucified. And the rest were not crucified. Who was crucified? Only Jesus. So,
I guess in order to make that claim, you will need to list all of the prophets of Allah and make the claim that
But
none
what
of them
it says in the Quran?
mentioned four of them.
the Quran says that he died and Allah took him to himself.
No.
Oh, Isa, look. إذ قال الله يا عيسى إني متوفيك ورافعك إلي. Recall what time Allah said, O Isa, O the Islamic Jesus, verily I, meaning Allah, shall make thee die. And then I'm
The
lifting
question
thee to
is-
myself.
Excuse me. It's okay. Hello.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
let her respond, bro.
Hello.
Yeah.
We can hear you, bro. Go ahead.
Okay. Respond.
Hello, are you going to say hello for 10 minutes?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello?
I wonder why the mic is very slow.
Yeah, but brother, can you go fix your mic and come back? And that would be better.
I have it, but this is a headphone. I'm using the phone only.
Okay.
Make sure everybody you hit the like button, man. Let's get the likes up to 1,000. There's 781 likes, man. Almost 2,000 people in here.
Hit
the
it
like
with a
button so everybody
siwak
can see this.
lightly, with the Islamic toothbrush lightly. Don't
Guys,
hit it too hard.
can I say something what's
434
written in the
that like.
Quran?
434 that like button, y'all.
Hello.
Let's get it up to 1,000. We're almost at 800. We almost got 2,000.
Can I mention something what's written in the Quran?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, actually it says there that they kill him not. So which one we should believe? The Quran or those tafsir that being interpreted in many ways?
You're
Okay,
missing
can I
it.
answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Listen carefully. You are mentioning chapter 4, ayah 157. We done that. We know about these ayahs, and we got ourselves the t-shirt. So you're saying that they did kill him not. Who are the they, brother?
What do you mean?
Who are the they in the ayah? You are mentioning chapter 4,
Referring to
Surah
those
An-Nisa.
who supposed to kill Jesus.
Who?
Ooh.
They are supposed to be the one who
Who
killed
are the
Jesus.
they? Who are the they?
They kill him not.
Who are the they?
I think he's talking about the Jews.
This is the Jews. It's very clear because who's going to
Beautiful.
kill Jesus?
Beautiful. So listen carefully. I agree with the ayah. You know why? Because the Jews did not do it. The Jews did not do it. The Romans did it.
The
Right?
Jews
And
presented him to the
Allah
Romans,
says,
right?
and Allah on top of that says, look at the screen. Allah says, O Isa, verily I Allah shall make thee die. And according to other ayahs, everything happens through Allah. So if Allah allowed the Romans to crucify Jesus, if Allah allowed the Romans to crucify Jesus, according to that logic in other ayahs, Allah caused Isa to die and he took him up. So we agree with you that they, referring to the Jews, the Jews did not do it. The Romans did it with Allah's help.
The verse says, though.
No, that says it. They. Who are the they?
No, the verse says it was made to appear so.
To who again? To who? To who?
To whoever.
To the Jews.
Yes, certainly. But the point is, it was made to appear so that there was a crucifixion. So it doesn't matter.
Can I say something?
To the Jews.
But it
Exactly.
doesn't matter.
Can I say
It doesn't
something?
matter who.
I agree with that. God logic, I think you need to make it more clear for them. I think they're not getting it.
Okay,
I
I agree.
But my point is that
Just a
it
second,
doesn't
brother.
matter who.
Just a second. We asked
You've
you
been
multiple
fooled.
times. Who are the
Can I
they
say
you said the
something?
Jews?
Can I say something?
Just a
Right.
second. I think you're not getting it. When I asked you, who are the they, you said the Jews. I agree with you. The Jews did not do
The
it.
Jews, but they brought him to the Romans, right?
Yes.
No, I mean, it will never be. But when they say they,
So who crucified
this
Jesus
is
according
the
to the
connivance
Bible?
between
Listen,
the Jews and the
according
Romans,
to the
right?
historical account in the Bible, who crucified
Sorry?
Jesus? According to the
It was-
historical account in the Bible, who crucified Jesus? The Jews or the Romans?
Actually, in the hands of the Jews through Romans.
So who did it?
In the hands of the Jews, because
No,
they are
who
the
did
one
it?
who-
I want you to be honest. Who did it?
I listen to me,
Did
please.
the Jews have authority to crucify anyone?
They brought him to
Did the Jews
the
have any
Roman.
authority? Did they have the authority to crucify people? Was it a
Sorry?
Jewish custom to crucify people?
It's common to happen because the
Are you,
Jews were
are you
under
listening
the
to my
Romans.
question, brother?
So
I
this
want
is
you
the
to
ruling of
pretend,
the Romans.
brother, pretend
Uh-huh.
to listen. Pretend to listen to my question. Who did in the first century? Who did have the authority to crucify people? The
It was
Jews
the Roman
or the
practice.
Romans?
Hello?
Yeah, you're not listening.
It is the Roman
Uh,
practice and under the Roman ruling, but it is in the hands of the Jews.
So that's what I agree with. So literally Allah says, you Jews did not do it. The Romans did it. That's what Allah's trying to say.
But the
Through
Romans
the
will not do it
Romans,
of the
Allah
Jews.
caused it to happen.
I believe
The
you.
Romans